XA, welcome to TBE, the boys experience. My name is Junior Ramss, representing 0120400. Today we are reviewing a series called The Studio. It's comedy series by Seth Rogen. Seth Rogen, how almost it? Because I was WWE. I almost said Seth freaking Rollins. So his friend is Seth Rogen, which he looks like Sami Zayn's. They are both from Canada. Oh, Canada! They're both from Canada. So the movie, the whole thing, just to give a background, is basically showing about the story basically in Hollywood, the process of making a movie, the budget cuts, and all those shenanigans. It's basically about that. So they give you the background, but then I forgot the style, what it's called. But then, for lack of that word, let's just use a fourth one. So for research purposes and educational purpose, fourth one is when like me doing this, like I'm on TV talking like it's just you and I. I'm sorry to quote Kanye West. So citation. So basically, that's what they do. It feels like this guy is talking to you directly, and then whereby they're supposed to be acting general. So they give you the experience of like you are part of them, you are like them or whatever. You know, the person who actually does it well, who likes it very well, is Deadpool. So that's basically the concept. And so even my childhood hero John Cena did that when he turned heel on WWE Raw. So for me personally, I really like how uh, Seth Rogen is consistent with working with his friends. I think the person that I recognize because of I keep on forgetting the one that is top of my head is James Franco. James Franco is the one that they did Spider Man, the best Spider Man ever, the first Spider Man. His best friend of Spider Man, Peter. I forgot Peter. Mama Peter Parker. Level Parker. Ilbrayak. So yes, Peter Parker and his name is Henry, and the son of the Gobbler. I'm something of a scientist myself. I'm something of a scientist myself. So yes, so you work with him again, and then yeah, that's one of the things that I love. It's just basically pop culture references. See, the lame jokes, by which are funny slow jokes, and then how they conceptualize movies, how they scratch them out with the budget. Because I used to think like maybe if they say the movie's budget is 200 million, it ends up there. But then you have to find the camera. See, you have to book what is this thing? Um, if ever you're going outdoors, I remember this other one time. Hmm, I'm not sure if I should disclose this, but then okay, let me not disclose that. So from a reliable source, have a builder in construction. If they are supposed to build something, they actually pay for that road to the municipality, allegedly. Because, wow, allegedly they pay to the municipality because of that use. Time when you are doing those things, you are costing money. So basically, you pay for those things, and then you can do whatever. Even the same thing, AKA did the same thing with Ran Josie, whereby he shut down the Nelson Mandela Bridge. Who else, if I remember? So basically, is that if we are shooting outdoor, it costs money. So and also you always feel like budget is insane, but then it's really not. It's basically insane. The talents have their own crazy demands, and we want quality. We want the right actors, the perfect candidates, and whatever. So that series shows all those stuff, how they actually do those stuff. Sometimes a studio head believes in the movie, but then turns out the movie is actually have a horrible script writing. You know. So it's just bunch of those stuff. A fun fact regarding that, I saw something out there that when they did 21 Jump Street, I think that's the in the second one, in the second Jump Street. The first Snoop Bergman, not Snoop Dogg, Ice Cube, because of he's the guy who actually made the song F the Police. So it was the irony because of he was actually the police when they were acting on the movie. So here on the movie is also made a cameo by he's supposed to act as Cool Aid. But honestly speaking, these movies the ideas are really insane. They're really crazy. I just wish that they didn't just make it like a project and then left it. I feel like the movie Lauren, they actually showcased and wrote them down there can actually become nice movies. And even there when we are giving character analysis, what is this thing? Coolly the movie started to become people were talking about weird stuff. The races and everything who's supposed to be do all those stuff and then they mixed and whatever. It actually takes how actually the movie is supposed to be spontaneous. Everything is about the numbers, see, the movement that are happening here and there every now and then. Just wish we can just watch movies, or they could just create movies and then we just watch and just give reviews in J than to actually because you can't please everybody. I can't please everybody. I can't please everybody. I love gonna get you killed. Ish, Kendrick Lamar. Also, the make is also there. To plug you, the best Christmas movie. Yeah, it's called Yesterday. I think it's called Yesterday. I put it here. Yes, the Rogan and Mikey. Mikey is Captain America, the new Captain America. Uh, yeah. So yes, those are some of the stuff that children they happen there. Like I said, the references of how the movie is actually made. They brought up Martin Scorsese. He did the Godfellas, which is the movie that I've always wanted to see, but then I keep on procrastinating. And then also he did the Wolf of Wall Street, starring Leonardo DiCaprio. Yeah, that's the only movie that I've seen of the guy. So the guy he was supposed to go on retirement. He wrote a nice movie and then he wanted to be his last movie. But then the movie was horrible. The movie was horrible. And then they bought the script, and then the studio head was impressed, but then the other people were not impressed. And then it started to be like the whole thing doesn't make sense. And then the guy started to feel like they bought his movie so that it doesn't show up. That we never, it doesn't ever see the light of day. That was really fun. And then also, what else am I forgetting? That thing is really fun. It's really amazing. Who else? Ron Howard. He did The Simpsons. Who's this thing? Curious George, and also Rush, which is a Formula One movie. Plug. So he directed the movie, and then he wanted to make it law because if we want to give his props, send off to his late brother or whatever. Then the whole that thing was fine. But then anyways, let me because I'm not to give too much information, but then I feel like I already did more than I was supposed to. But then my overall of the movie, I'm giving it a 10 out of 10. This is another 10 out of 10 from me. So yeah, it was really amazing. So from the boys, this has been the experience. Peace.